Okay, I have a game controller for PC and also will work on some other devices to review this time. Okay, now as you can tell, it kind of is designed very similar to an Xbox 360 controller or something like that. It has lots of buttons. It is wireless, yet at an affordable price. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. If you're wondering about that flashing blue light, that is a blue LED light around here to indicate if it's paired and various things like that. I'll go into more about that in a minute. So anyway, I'm going to tell you a bit more about it and the various specs, what it's capable of. I'm going to show you it a bit closer to the camera and all the buttons and what it can do, what it looks like. Then I am going to put it back down like it is now. Then I'm going to tell you if I recommend it or not and the price. Okay, so it's made by a company I've reviewed many products for before, called EasySMX. They made all sorts of products and really good products, and this is yet another awesome product by them because it's a controller that's very capable and wireless, but at a good price. Controllers that aren't as good as this and are wired for the price that this is, and I'll tell you that at the end. Now it uses 2.4g. It is not Bluetooth. That's the only thing, because it is a bit cheaper. It's not Bluetooth, so I just want to make sure you're aware of that. Also, okay, so this is the wireless dongle. It goes into the USB port on the device, such as your PC or whatever it is you're plugging this into. But it is very nano. It even says nano on it. So basically, you have the USB connector, and that's about it. There's not a huge excess hanging out at the edge of your computer or whatever. It's not a big dongle. It's a very nano little adapter there, using 2.4g IR. The controller is wireless and supports both PC, which is not just like XP or whatever. It does support 7, 8, 8.1 and 10. So it is up to date and does support 10, but if you're still using XP, like a lot of people love XP, it does support XP. From XP to 10. It also is compatible with PS3, Android and Vista as well. It comes in two colors, red or blue. So as you can see, it's black with red around the edges here, and underneath the joystick says red as well. There is another model with blue. So most PC gamers anyway, tend to have a red setup, perhaps with a black and red case or whatever on the PC. However, if you have blue, then you can always get the blue version of this controller to blend in with your rig a little bit better. But if you have a red rig or you have a different color rig, then you have the choices of whichever one you think blends in the best. It also, I haven't tried it with this, but apparently it supports Android TV boxes, which is kind of like the Apple TV boxes. It supports a Apple Android TV box as well. And the device fully supports OTG function. It also, which is good for something that is wireless, it has a vibration function. You would think that perhaps in a cheaper controller that is designed to be budget but wireless at the same time, because it takes up more battery, things like that, they might have forfeited the vibration function, the vibration feedback. But no, it has that. It has vibration feedback, so it does vibrate just like an Xbox 360 controller does. It does have vibration function for you. It's a little plug and play. However, even though it supports PlayStation 3 and Windows, unfortunately for some reason it doesn't support Mac or Xbox 360 or Xbox One. Now, I can understand it not supporting Xbox because I actually didn't expect, before I looked into more about this controller, that it would support PS3. I thought it would be purely Windows PC, especially at this price range. So I was actually surprised to see it supported PS3. So I wasn't surprised to find that it didn't support Xbox 360 or Xbox One. That didn't surprise me at all, especially since it uses that little nano dongle. Unfortunately, it doesn't support Mac, so if you're a Mac user hoping that this would be compatible, like a lot of products do work with both. Unfortunately, for some reason, this doesn't, which is a real pity, because I can understand no Xbox support, but I would have liked to have seen Mac support. So just bear that in mind. If you're a PC gamer, this is fine. If you're a PS3 gamer, this is fine. If you're an Xboxer or a Mac user, know that this is not for you. You have various buttons you can map on this. I'll show you it closer up, but you have a trigger and a shoulder button. You have a trigger and shoulder button on the other side. You have two joysticks, not one but two. You have a D-pad, you have a back button, a start button, a turbo button that just basically another button you can map. You have X, Y, B and A over there. You also have this center button, which is to do with changing modes. It's known as the mode button. That does press in the button that says EasySMX. And I'd just like to point out that it is branded by the company. It's not one of those products that basically mass produced for various companies and don't have logos on it, like I have had products before by other companies which didn't have the company's logo on it. This is an EasySMX branded product. So if we hold this in, you see the ring around there is flashing blue. That's because it is now waiting to pair, and obviously it's not able to find that it's been paired because the dongle is not plugged into the PC. If this was plugged into PC, you'd be pretty much ready to go. There is instructions included, so I'm not going to go into how all the modes work and stuff like that. There is instructions included both with it and on the Amazon product page, and I have to be reasonably quick because Amazon has got a little bit fussy about how long videos are, so I've had to cut a lot of stuff out these days, so I'm not going to go into a huge tutorial. Just know that pressing the various mode button, you can change the modes and switch over to D-pad mode, all sorts of different modes, and you can also you hold down, like I think it was start and Y, I hold that down to pair. Then once it's paired, you get a solid light. You know you're good to go. Just basically follow the instructions. It's all simple, straightforward and easy to use. How is it powered? Well, that's the only downside. Well, apart from the fact it doesn't work on Xbox and Mac. But if you're a PC or a PS3 gamer, the only downside really to this product is the fact that it's not rechargeable. It is powered by two AA batteries. So I would recommend, if you're going to use this a lot, get if you don't already have it, get two rechargeable AA batteries so you can keep recharging them. In fact, I'd recommend getting 4. Then you can have 2 charged ready, 2 in it. Then when those run out, you can put in the other pair while the others are recharging. So just know that you'll need to have 2 AA batteries to use this. Batteries not included. Okay, so let's have a closer look. There we are. It's not too heavy. It's got a little bit of a weight, but it's not too bad, especially since I'm holding this in one hand. Okay, as you can see, there is red under the joysticks there to blend in with the red theme. It would be blue on the other one. There's your D-pad. This is really hard to do because I'm reaching around behind the camera. Hopefully you can see this well enough. There's a back button. Then there's a start button there, and in the center is your mode button, which also has the logo. Then down in between the joystick and the D-pad is a turbo button. Then you have your traditional coloured buttons up here. Then here on top you have shoulder, right and left, trigger, right and left there as well. Then here you have this little battery pack, what looks like a battery pack on an Xbox controller, and you hold this down and lift it up, and then you slot in your AA battery. So it looks like an Xbox One or Xbox 360 battery pack for recharging, but it's not. It's where the battery slot in. In fact, I think you could get, I can't remember, it's been a long time since I've used any Xboxes. I'm mostly a PlayStation person now. But if I remember rightly, the 360 controllers used to get, actually, you lifted it up and you could either swap out battery packs for recharging, or I think some actually did take, if I remember rightly, AA batteries. So anyway, you take that off and put in the AA batteries there. Okay, there is the nano adapter, the dongle for using it on your PC or PlayStation 3 or Android TV box. By the way, when they say Android, they mean Android TV box, which unfortunately I don't have, so I can't test it. Obviously, this is not going to work on an Android tablet or smartphone because there would be no full-size USB port to plug the dongle into. So bear in mind, when they say Android, I'm assuming they purely mean the TV box. So how much is it and what do I think of it? It costs £17, it's £16.99, so it is under £20. It's only just over 15 It would be nice if this was 15, but still, it's a budget controller at $16.99. It is also really, it does really pick up well. It picks up really excellently. I haven't had any real lag or anything like that. And what about turning it off? Because if you hold down the buttons or whatever, it's not obvious how you turn it off. Well, don't worry, it has auto power off to save battery. If you just put it down and leave it for a minute, it will turn off itself, so don't worry about that. It has auto shut off. It has a nice design. It picks up well. I've had no lag problems. It really does pick up very well. Maybe that's one of the reasons they went with this dongle. Maybe it wouldn't pick up as well with Bluetooth, because I have had a lot of connectivity issues in the past with Bluetooth controller-y type things. So this does pick up really well. Just note that if you are going to use a PlayStation 3 or Windows, don't worry, this is a really good bet. But if you are using a Mac or Xbox, it's not for you. Also, they say it's for Android, but I presume they purely mean the Android TV box, because I don't see how you could use it with other Android devices. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking about the Android use. Yeah, so if you're a Windows or PlayStation 3 gamer, this is excellent. Looks nice design. Looks a lot like some of the more popular controllers, shall I say. It picks up well. It's just not rechargeable. But it is a really well working controller, picks up well, good price, really like it. Just not for Xbox users, not for Mac users, it's for PlayStation 3 and Windows users. Picks up well as well. That's just one thing I just want to keep emphasizing, that it does pick up better than you may expect. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it takes 2 AA batteries. I'm getting more and more used to rechargeable devices, and I really like rechargeable devices. But apart from that, it's an excellent product. So I do recommend it. A link will be in the description. Please like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you could do me a huge favour, and if you're watching this on the Amazon product page, please hit the yes button next to was this review helpful to you. That will help me out a lot as well. Thanks for watching.